Hello students, how are you all? I hope you are happy and healthy. Children, as you all know, we are revising active and passive voice. Yesterday we have started this topic and we have discussed how to convert active to passive voice in present tense. So children, let's start. Children, as we have discussed yesterday, simple present tense, how we can convert active to passive voice. Here the rule we have discussed in passive voice is MR plus past participle, and in active voice root form of the verb, sometimes with S and ES, do, does, these type of the things will be used. Okay children, I have given one example also. The house is decorated by her during festival. She decorates the house. Now according to the object we can convert in verbs. So here the house is decorated by her during festival. As we have discussed how to change pronouns, so we will be continuing these formulas, these rules in the past tense also. So children, we will start now. Simple present tense we have discussed. Today we are going to discuss about how to solve present continuous tense, how we will write active to passive voice in present continuous tense. So children, let's start. Now children, present continuous tense okay, now everybody I think you are just aware about that, what is present continuous tense. Here we are using is MR plus ing in active voice. Okay, in the whenever we are making present continuous tense, so is MR is MR plus ing, it means in verb. And here if we will write Ram is going to market, children. Okay, now here you can see Ram is going to, because is MR is there, so that is why Ram is a singular person, so that is why I have used is, and then ing in the verb. Go is the root form of the verb, and here we are using ing to market. Okay, so Ram is going to market. This is present continuous tense. The rules how to convert passive voice. So children, as we have discussed in our earlier video also, is MR we will use over here, but so I am going to write the rules. Is MR plus being we will use, plus being plus past participle. Okay, now as you know children, we are using past participle in each and every active to passive voice especially. So that is why in active voice we are using is MR plus ing as we are writing present continuous tense. Same method will be followed in active voice, but if we are converting in passive voice, so what we will do is MR will be there, and then we are using being and then past participle. I will give you one example here children. Suppose children are reading books in the library. Children are reading books in the library. This is active voice, children. So when we are converting in passive voice, the rule will be followed. What is the rule? Is MR plus being plus past participle. Now here, as you all know, we are just doing zigzag method. So subject become object and object becomes subject. Now what is the subject in this sentence? That is books. Books is a object over here. So that is why we will start with the books. Books, because books is a plural object over here. You can see in this sentence, this is plural object. That is why we are using over here books are, being. Why being? Because this is the rule of converting active to passive voice. We will use being. Books are being. Okay. Now, because in verb we will use past participle. That is why we will use being read. Being read. Okay. Books are being read. Read. Okay. Are being read by children. By children. Where? The place? In the library. In the library. Okay? Is that clear to you, children? Here you can see books, because this is an object, that is why in passive voice it become subject. Books, because this is plural, that is why we are using are. Books are. We have to use in passive voice being, that is why here being past participle, children. So we are not going to write reading, because this is written in the active voice. So we have to change in the past participle. So what will be here? That will third form of the verb. This is read. By we will use children in the library. It is so simple, children. Only and only one thing is required, that you have to learn rules. Otherwise, you won't be able to solve exercises which are given in the present continuous tense. One example I will give you. One more example I am going to give you, children, taki everything must be clear. Otherwise, any confusion if it's there, so that will become a problem for you. Now, the company is launching a new project. Okay. The company is launching a new project. Now here you can see, children, the company is a subject. Is, because we are writing in present continuous tense, that is why is. Launching, this is verb, and in verb we have to use ing, and then a new project is an object over here. Now what is the company is launching? The company is launching a new project. Here, children. Now here this object will become subject in passive voice. A new project is being launched by the company. Okay, children? I hope it is clear to you. Here what we have used? A new project become here subject. A new project is being, because a new project. So this is singular. That is why we have used is over here according to this subject. So a new project is being. Why being? Because we have to convert in passive voice, and this is written in active voice in present continuous tense. So that is why same rule, being will be placed, and then past participle, children. So here launching become launched, by, because we have to write by, and then the company, by the company. So this is the next example, and this is a good example for you, because from this example you can able to understand how to convert active voice in passive voice in present continuous tense. So children, learn this rule. Now we are moving, children, next rules, that is present perfect tense. So how we will convert active to passive voice or passive to active voice in present perfect tense. Okay, so I hope this is clear to you. Present continuous tense. So now we are going to revise present perfect. Present perfect. Okay, present perfect. Now present perfect, as you all know, that is chuka hai, chuki hai, that type of the thing we will consider in present perfect tense. It means the work has been done. So that is why we are very confirm about that, the work done, that time we are using present perfect tense. Okay. Now what is the rule of present perfect tense? Here the rule of present perfect tense has and have plus third form of the verb. Okay, this is simple. Third form of the verb, it means past participle. Okay, now this rule we are following in active voice also. So I'll give you one example of active voice. He has written. He has written many novels in the past. In the past, children. This is active voice. Okay, children, this is active voice. Now, how we will convert? What is the rule of making active to passive voice? That is, I am writing over here the rule first. Passive voice rule, that is has, have plus been plus past participle. Okay, children, this is the rule to convert active to passive voice in present perfect tense, children. So what we will use here? Has, have, the same thing we are following over here, has, have, but here you can see one change, that is been, and here past participle, because while making active to passive voice we are using past participle. That is why we are using over here. Now if this sentence, this is example, he has written many novels in the past. This is written in active voice, present perfect tense. So how we will convert in passive voice? So children, here you can see many novels. This is an object in this sentence. So we will start. I am giving you example how to convert in passive voice. So children, many novels have been written by him in the past. Okay, children, many novels have been written in the past. Many novels have been written by him in the past. Now children, here you can see what we have changed? You can see, children, it is clear. Many novels become over here subject. Because novels is there, that is why we are using have. This is plural, that is why we are using have. Okay? Then, according to the rule, we have to use been. That is why I have used been over here. Past participle, in the active voice we are also using past participle. No changes. So we are not going to change any change in this. So past participle is there, and then by him, and then in the past. So many novels have been written by him in the past. Okay, children? Now I am going to give you next example. So I think it will more clear how to convert active to passive voice. Okay? So that car has hit an old man. Okay? Now this is written in active voice. That car has hit an old man. Okay? Now what we will do? An old man, because this will become subject over here. An old, we are writing in passive voice. Okay? An old man has been, an old man has been, why hit is not changed? Because hit will be considered in three form similar. Okay? So an old man has been hit by that car. Simple. Here what we have done, an old man has been, because this rule has and have plus been plus past participle, that is why we have used over here. An old man has been hit by that car. Okay? Simple. I hope it is clear to you, children. Now, if it is not clear, I'll give you one more example. So, I am writing the principal has appointed now children, the principal has been appointed the head boy. How we will convert? The head boy has been appointed by the principal. Okay? Now here the head boy has been appointed by the principal. Okay, children? This way we can convert active to passive voice in present perfect tense. What we have used? The principal. Here you can see this is subject. Now it will become object in passive voice. Why we are using has? Because the head boy is a single person. That is why again we have to use has. Been, because the rule is telling us to use been, and then appointed past participle by the principal. Okay, children? I hope it is clear to you, and this present perfect is clear to you, and no doubt I think. If you have any doubt regarding present tense, present simple present tense, present continuous tense and present perfect tense, you can ask me in online classes also. Okay, children? Now we are moving to simple past tense. So present tense, I hope it is clear. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in your revision online classes. Okay? So children, we are moving to simple past tense. Now we are going to start simple past tense. Now children, as you all know, past it means it was completed or done. So we are talking about yesterday. And in present tense, we have already talked about today. So this is past and this is talking about only and only yesterday. Okay. So here one thing I would like to remind you, that is what is simple past tense. Simple past tense, here we are using second form of the verb. Simple past tense, we are using only and only second form of the verb. So go is the first form of the verb, went second form of the verb, and gone third form of the verb. So here we are using only and only second form of the verb, children. Okay. So here I'm writing over here that how we will write in passive voice. If the formula is given over here of simple past tense. So simple past tense, as we have discussed, second form of the verb will be used. And in passive voice, what we will use? Now, so active voice, past tense, it means second form of the verb. This is active voice. Similarly, we are following the same. And now here passive voice, what is the formula to convert? That is was, were, was or were plus past participle. Past participle, okay? So you can compare with the simple present tense where we have used is MR plus past participle. Here we are using was, were plus past participle. So we can compare and we can learn according to this. Now I will give you one example. The pilot flew the aircraft at a great height. Okay, this is active voice. The pilot flew. This is second form of the verb, flew. Fly, flew, flown. Okay, so this is second form of the verb. This is simple past tense. The pilot flew the aircraft at a great height. So what is the rule of passive voice? Here you can see was, were and past participle. Now we have to do zigzag formula. Now we are making passive voice. So what we will do here, because here you can see the aircraft at a great height. So what we will do, the aircraft was flown. Okay, because we have to use past participle. It means third form of the verb. That is why we are using the aircraft was flown. The aircraft was flown by the pilot at a great height. Great height. Now children, understand, this is very simple. We only and only we have convert in past participle the verb. and the same thing is following over here because flew is written over here, that is why we have to convert in passive voice. And then was, aircraft is a singular thing, that is why we have used over here was. And then flown, third form of the verb, by the pilot. Okay, the subject become object and object becomes subject at a great height. Okay, so I hope this is clear. I'll give you next example. Now, next example is the artist showcased the paintings at the art gallery. Okay, the artist showcased the paintings at the art gallery. Okay, children. Now here what we will do to make active to passive voice. So here we will write the paintings were showcased by the artist at the art gallery. Simple, children. Here you can see the paintings were showcased by the artist at the art gallery. Children, here you can see in simple past tense what we have used. The paintings, because this is an object, that is why it will become a subject over here. Then because this is plural, that is why we have used were. Then showcased, because the participle we have to use, by the artist at the art gallery. Clear? So children, today we have discussed present tense, simple present tense, present continuous tense and present perfect tense. Okay children, so in present tense what we have done is MR plus past participle. In present continuous tense, how we will convert active to passive voice? We have convert on the basis of the rule, that is MR plus been plus past participle. And in present perfect tense what we have done? Has and have plus been plus past participle. Here in the simple present past tense, what we have done? Only and only we have to write was, were, past participle, and we can make our active to passive voice. So this is as simple as you have already done in the previous video. So this is not any complication, because direct indirect I think there is lots of rule, but in active to passive voice very less rule. If you will practice on that, so you can get a command over this. So this is not complicated, you can learn. Tomorrow we will be continuing the same topic, active to passive voice, active and passive voice. We will continue because we have completed today simple past tense. Tomorrow we will discuss past continuous tense, past perfect tense and so on. Okay children, so we will meet again. Till then, bye-bye and take care. So children, one thing was left to remind, that is you have to complete all the exercise which are given in your grammar book. So there are so many exercises based on this simple past and simple present tense you have to complete. So these rules you have to learn, otherwise you get problem to solve the exercise. So children, be very particular about the rules of past tense and present tense. Present tense we have discussed simple present tense, present continuous tense, present perfect tense and simple past tense. So each and every book, whether it is 6th or 7th, you are having your exercises. So based on these rules, you have to solve exercises. So children, complete these exercises in your book, or you just paste a page inside your book, and if it is written, rewrite the following sentences. So you have to rewrite, otherwise your marks will be deducted. So be very cautious while writing in the book and in page and in exams also. So children, read the question carefully while answering. So children, till then, bye bye and take care.